where we collide a lot of things, talking about Marvel and DC especially. We we love to talk about it. We love to enjoy our thoughts and ideas and everything else about DC and Marvel. Today we're going to talk about New York Comic Con that's been happening throughout this whole entire weekend. And here to talk to us about it, you got my producer Pat. Pat, you in the building?
Yo, 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 what's going on?
And you got my man's Nas. Nas, you in the building?
You know it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nas, Pat, we're here to talk about today's Comic Con that happened throughout this weekend from 9 to 12. There was a lot of stuff going on um with that. And one of the things that I would like to definitely share with you guys is that Wonder Man has been postponed till January, I presume. I'm gonna send you guys a link from direct.com. Direct.com has been keeping updates and stuff like that. I love the direct.com. Direct.com is one of the great sources that I utilize on this podcast. This podcast that I have here. Um let's see here. Just making sure everything running smoothly before I continue. Um Also, if this is not live, I am so sorry about that. It will be streamed uh, or put up. The video will be put up at the by tomorrow. If the streaming did not go as well, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. YouTube tends to do things its own way, unfortunately. So we have New York Comic Con here. New York Comic Con here has four MCU Disney Plus shows set for 2026. We have Wonder Man was expected to be, I thought it would be like December, Wonder Man, but they pushed it back till January. One of the things that was said, it was said it was one of my favorite things I've ever been a part of at the studio. I'll start there. It was very different than anything the studio produced in terms of how meta it is without getting into details. It is a show that takes place within the MCU, but it's a story about Hollywood. And it's a story about not just Hollywood. I would say it's a story about acting and the journey of an actor in Hollywood, of having to balance being an artist with making money, and very grounded idea that anyone who came up in Hollywood or in the arts in general can be related to. I certainly could on a very deep level. It's funny you should say that. We all obviously are obsessed with that show. Sometimes it's cuts a little close to the bones, but it's so funny and a great Wonder Man is very different than the studio. Studio actually it's different tonally. It's very sincere and it's very focused on acting as a craft. The studio is really more about the big Hollywood system and the machine and the craziness that ensures this is really a very animate um portray portrait of the one actor trying to live his dreams while the world and the need to make money uh, intervenes. So my take on this that they're pretty much talking about um, the plot line of the show. It has the show only has a certain amount of episodes, so it's going to talk about the same thing that I would say Miss Marvel tried to do, but in a court setting. In a court setting. So that's that's my take on it. And then it's also gonna, express maybe in clear detail of what Hollywood is all about. Maybe potentially. Not Nas, you have anything you
I
like to
wanted to
add?
ask, what did you mean exactly when you said that it's kind of like what Captain Marvel, or not Captain Marvel, what they're trying to do with the court setup? So yeah, what exactly
With
did you mean by that?
She Hulk. Remember how She
Mm,
Hulk had the court in a way, then was like against um the machine,
mm.
sort of
Yeah,
like
so
that.
what's the correlation between that and this new project that they're coming in with?
Well, with Wonder Man,
Mm.
that's something that we will, have a chance to talk about before it starts because um you if you can um add to it, do you know a little bit of Wonder Man?
Typically he has something to do with Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo gave him powers. His intellect was kind of up there with the likes of Tony Stark. Matter of fact, him and Tony Stark or Stark Industries were rivals. Something happened, Baron Zemo turned him into a villain, plus he already had it out for Tony Stark, so win-win. He eventually became a good guy. He started getting into romantic feelings for Scarlet Witch. Then they used Wonder Man's consciousness to make Vision. So instead of like in the MCU where you have Jarvis inside of Vision, it's actually Wonder Man. Wonder Man is also a very prominent member of the Avengers, more popular than Iron Man, to say the least. Once upon a time, with this birth of the MCU, things have been very different. Um, then there was this weird love triangle going on between um, Wonder Man, Vision, and the Scarlet Witch going on as well. He was a part of, was it West Coast Avengers or Lakeside Avengers? I don't remember which one, but yeah, Wonder Man is supposed to be pretty up there. What I'm getting, however, in terms of the live action version of him, it would seem like they're doing kind of something similar to what they did with a character in Swamp Thing, the TV show that was on those on Max or HBO Max. This character called Blue Devil, where the person who played Blue Devil The character is supposed to be kind of like a stunt man who wants to be an actor. He wants to break into the movie scene. Instead of being the person behind it, behind the character to make the character look good, he wants to be the face of the character on screen. And here in the show, the Phantom Stranger kind of made it happen. So you know what? Fine, you want to be the Blue Devil so bad, I'm gonna make you be the Blue Devil. All right, you're gonna be that for real. So eventually, when the time came, he actually went from just being a stuntman who does the motion capture or whatever for the Blue Devil to actually being the Blue Devil. Um, and I'm seeing something similar here, where instead of getting a more comic accurate thing, or something that respects the comic source material, instead of having Baron Zima have an impact or play into what makes Wonder Man, and having that banter, that relationship with Tony Stark, which we can't get anymore since he's already dead, R.I.P. Um, we're instead gonna get the actor route. And in my head, I'm wondering, why are you doing Blue Devil? Blue Devil already did Blue Devil. I don't need you to do that. Just find something more, something else that's creative. Be more creative instead of just saying, oh, this is an actor role. And let me guess, somewhere in the down the line, the fake character of Wonder Man is gonna become a real superhero of the same name. That's what it looks like they're going for. And I don't think I like it much.
I think,
But we'll see how it plays out.
yeah, if it plays out, if it plays out well, if it plays out well, then we can would
Because
contest
it's
to
kind
that.
of pretty much like the Mandarin storyline. We saw in Iron Man 3 where we thought we are getting the real Mandarin, because in the comics, the Mandarin is Tony Stark's arch nemesis and has always been up until that movie. Then they're like, oh, now this is horrible. We have to change it.
Hmm.
Um, and they brought in Trevor Slattery, or I'm just an actor. It feels like that's what they're doing with Wonder Man here, where it's not a real person anymore. It's like it's a caricature. It's fake.
Okay.
And again, I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, we will definitely see. I do have a trailer out. They did give us a trailer, a little snippet, but I'll play that later. And I appreciate that little plot twist of who Wanda Man is, and hopefully they portray him in that aspect. Um, hopefully the Wonder Man don't get misused or underwritten, because I don't because when it comes to new characters that's coming inside of MCU, it's difficult for any Marvel fan to adapt to, because when you bring in new characters in, they have to like it, they have to understand it if they know it, even in the comic books as well. It's just, a little thing I like to say, guys. Uh, be be open but optimistic, so you can be able to view it on its own merit. I understand, um, maybe maybe you're not gonna like the suit, but that's the character suit. Maybe you don't like the direction of the writing, but let that's just one episode. There's gonna be 8 episodes, I heard. So let's see how that plays out and see how they're gonna make this happen. Before Wonder Man was confirmed to be released December 25th, but unfortunately they delay it for an extra month, which is January 26th. Um, that's okay, I guess, because right after that is Daredevil Born Again season two. Daredevil Born Again season two um comes in where you already know, at the end. I'm not gonna spoil it if you guys didn't watch it, because I watched my Daredevil. No. I wish Scott was here, but um, I did watch it, and he's bringing new characters in. Nas, we got Jessica Jones back. I don't know if you liked it, her, Pat, but we got Jessica Jones back in Daredevil season 2. So Jessica Jones will be coming back. We don't know about the other characters that's gonna be there. We don't know nothing about Luke Cage. We don't know nothing about Danny Rand. But um, because the executive did not want to say much, so that means they might be in there. Um, what they said about this specific
Someone was detected at your front door.
this specific this specific
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
this specific show has a little plot twist to it. It says here, he says, the less I say, the better. That's what the showrunner said. It's trying to tell a story to great effect that is, like Stan Lee said, a reflection of the world outside your window. The politics of New York are a big part of the story. It's clearly about a guy who runs around in a devil suit. But what is amazing about it work is the intricacy intrics intricacy of the interplays of these characters and how he really treats New York, and the world of City Hall and the groundswell of the growing resistance against fix. It feels it feels at time like a fantasy, epic, or Games of Thrones or something. There is a palace, intrigue, intrigue, intrigue type storytelling that is really fun to read. I'm starting to watch the cuts. It's amazing. So I don't know if it's exactly about who's gonna show up. It's a little deeper than that. There are rewards to be had for fans, but it's really about the stakes of this world that this Kingpin is building in New York City. So that's from the showrunner. The showrunner wants us to be intrigued and know that Daredevil is gonna have some people helping him with Wilson Fisk. Um, Charlie has some words to say. The story is about power. When Wilson Fisk takes over New York, not just as a mayor, but as a king, in a way, it puts him in a new class of power players on the international stage. Um, Matthew characters represents that. So he's a bit of new antagonist on the field, but he's as influential in many ways as Fix is. That's power negotiation at very high level of politics and international diplomacy. It's also fun to watch. He is dealing with Mr. Charles up here and Daredevil down here for different reasons. So he's getting squeezed a little bit. So there you have it. And also he also added the showrunner also added, yeah, we are continuing a lot with the team and Spider-Man Brand New Day to make sure that there's coherent coherence there. We don't want to spoil anything, but it's very much exist in the same world, and it is important. We're in a shared universe together. But I would say just the Daredevil comic books, the Punisher comic books, depicted a certain tone, a an idea of New York in a different way than Spider-Man's, but they both exist in the same universe. It's similar, everything lines up and the impact are felt, but we're able to tell different stories. So, so therefore, when it comes to Daredevil, there's gonna be Spider-Man. Maybe Spider-Man is gonna show up in Daredevil. I don't think so, but it'll be a shocking moment if it does. Um, I know Spider-Man Brand New Day will bring a lot of comic book characters, and like Nas said before, the only person that Spider-Man has the beef with is Kingpin. And when Kingpin comes out to play, that's when Spider-Man has to come and fight him with Daredevil and also the Punisher. The Punisher will be there and Jessica Jones. So we'll see. What are your thoughts on that, Pat and Nas? That when it comes to the new Daredevil, you got Jessica Jones coming in. They talked a little bit about Spider-Man Brand New Day, of the different tones that needs to be addressed when it comes to that. How y'all feel about that from the showrunner explaining that? I don't know if you're muted. You can unmute. Hello?
In terms of um, wait, in terms of thing there, what's the name again? Spider-Man getting involved with Kingpin
Mm-hmm.
is
Good.
it's a bit weird that so many people so far in the MCU has had a chance to fight Kingpin, and Spider-Man's not didn't make the top list. We have Echo, we have Hawk, Kate Bishop, Yelena, and she didn't even.
Technically, Kate Bishop did not fight where it was Belova was fight where technically. So Kate Bishop Kate Bishop was her mom was part of the Kingpin entourage. So technically she had nothing to do with it. She had nothing to do with Kingpin. Kingpin just show up because of her mom. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch that last part that you just said.
I said technically Kate Bishop didn't really have a fight with with Kingpin per se.
Mm,
It was more so that her mom was involved. Her
got
mom
it.
was technically involved, so that's how she got to be involved technically. And
Got it.
then the person that really stuck to Kingpin was Echo in in
Mm,
Hawkeye.
Yelena and
No,
Hawkeye. No,
no. Echo. Echo shot him. Remember? Echo shot him in the Hawkeye series. She was more Hawkeye series. She was more so. Kate Bishop was more so. She was an archer. She was an upcoming archer, and she stumbled into Hawkeye, and Hawkeye was kind of retired. Was like kind of like trying to lay back because it was Christmas and he wanted to chill with his kids per se, and he stumbled against this because uh Belova was after him, and Kate Bishop was like stumbled into this mess. You don't remember?
I didn't watch Hawkeye, and that's
Oh,
not the point that I was making.
okay. Continue then.
The point I was making wasn't about the backstory. The point was
Okay.
about in the beginning of Kingpin's tenure as a character that people know,
Hmm.
his main rivals that he had to go up against was Spider-Man and Daredevil. Everything else was secondary. Everything else trickled down.
Okay.
And then it would come over to the MCU now. It's in reverse. We have these no names and these new faces who are dealing with Kingpin before the main guys.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe these set characters started too late because they started these characters they started these characters way too late in the comic book than to bring it up. Maybe Marvel wanted to show you behind the scenes of the inner workings of Kingpin within himself. So that's why maybe those stories was told because they wanted to show um the backstory of Kingpin and what Kingpin was
No,
doing.
these stories are told the way that they were because they saw that their demographic was dying and they wanted a quick name drop so they can make some quick buck. That's what it was. Remember that thing I was saying about glazing?
I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not I'm not glazing. I'm just saying that maybe they put out Hawkeye, they put out Echo because of wanting to give you a story driven about the inner workings of what was Kingpin was doing. Yeah, you could you could like not talk about those stories and just stick to the main character, which is Daredevil, the Punisher, and Spider-Man. Those three characters instead of I can understand you want to just keep those three characters and not bring other characters into the forefront and not know anything of Kingpin's inner workings behind the scenes. That's that's what you're saying. By all means, I'm sure um, a lot of people would agree to that. I'm sure of it. You know, um, our next topic is X-Men '97 season two. I don't know if you guys watched season one, but season one was very very awesome. Cyclops was awesome. Jubilee was awesome. Everything about X-Men '97 season one was very very awesome. Season two, they said that it will be launched. Well, Daredevil launched beforehand. It launched in March for sure. Do they have a date in mind? No, not yet. But X-Men '97 season two comes right after that. They spoke about Um, season 2, they said here, and I quote, well, first and foremost, it's actually the entire creative team, same director, same producer, same cast, many of the same writers, and it's standing on shoulders of the giants. One thing that makes X-Men 97 work so well is that everybody rowing in exactly the same direction. Everyone that works on the show knows that original series include inside and out, and we are working very closely with Eric and Julia Leywolf and Larry Houston, creators of X-Men, the animated series. They're here all the time reviewing material and talking to the artist. The second season feels very much a worthy successor to the first season. So, in season 2, they brung out Apocalypse. How you feel about that, Nas? Season 2 bringing out Apocalypse.
I didn't see the first film, first season, so I'm not quite sure how the second season will play out. If they want to bring Apocalypse into it, then that's cool.
Yeah,
How long they
Apocalypse
didn't
is
do a better version of the one that we got in, was it X-Men, not X-Men First Class, the live action X-Men movie that they did with Oscar Isaac. As long as they do a better version than that, then I'm all game for it.
yeah, definitely. They They also added, I saw something about that. I would say that it is the same stakes as season 1. I wouldn't characterize it as a lot of characters die. It's not Marvel Zombies, but it's like many great animated shows like X-Men 97 season 1. Mortality on the table, and some of these characters want to do what's right at any cost. So we'll be hearing about X-Men 97 and when they're going to be released. It doesn't have a release date, but it did talk about plots and twists and what it's going to be about. Next up, we got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 1, I enjoyed it. I loved that. I loved everything about it. The way that he was growing as an individual, trying to figure out who's real, who's true, who's loyal, who's not. He had to fight against that in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. He had to figure out who he can trust, who he can't trust, despite untrusting individuals that he should not even trust. Without spoiling it, because I don't know if Nas even watched Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but from watching it, I enjoyed every little bit about it, even from the sneakers, even from the Doctor Strange cameo. Um, I loved everything about it. With season 2, let's see here what showrunner says here about season 2. Well, he doesn't say anything about season 2. He didn't comment anything about Spider-Man season 2. So we don't have a definitive uh, date for season 2, for Spider-Man season 2. We don't have a definitive date for that. Let me see if I have any other outlet sources that talks about the dates. I have also here. This one is a good source too. It's called Polygon. It also shows apocalypse uh, on here. So I'm gonna put it on the on here. Click on it, Nas, and you'll see Apocalypse for season 2 from Disgusting Films. And they also talked about Vision Quest. Vision Quest is still in the works, so I'm glad that it's still in the works. So we'll be seeing Vision shortly. Next topic I want to talk to you guys is about um, Peacemaker. Unfortunately, watching Peacemaker season 1 was good. Watching season 2, I didn't watch the last ending yet,
Neither
but
have I.
the last episode, not the last season. I watched the whole entire season of
I
season
haven't seen
2.
I haven't seen the season finale.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last season finale. I hope to God it doesn't ruin the whole entire season, because I'm I'm in absolute where it should be just end right there. It should just be right there done. But you know,
You don't want any more?
I mean, it's good the way it ended. Honestly, for
You heard what James Gunn was saying, how he even wanted James Gunn, no, not, he wanted Peacemaker and Deadpool to cross over
you want Deadpool to cross over.
with Peacemaker. You ain't
That's
heard that?
Y'all heard that, but that's not gonna work out.
But that concept in and of itself is cool, especially when you have the likes of Vigilante. Vigilante and Deadpool they would work so well together.
Oh nah, Daredevil
Yes,
will
they
beat his
would.
Daredevil will beat him to the Pope, bro. He's
Not
not a
Daredevil, Deadpool.
Deadpool will.
Deadpool and Vigilante, they would work well
Oh,
together.
Vigilante.
Um, yeah, and Vigilante. The only thing is that
Yeah,
it
I can
only thing
see
is that
that.
Vigilante can be annoying. And Deadpool will want him to shut the F up. That's which would be funny enough itself, where someone outtalks Deadpool and is more annoying than Deadpool. So it's like, oh wow,
Oh
that was
yeah,
even
yeah.
possible.
You would be more annoying. Yeah. Yes.
And
Vigilante
see how
is.
long does it take Deadpool before he tries to shoot Vigilante to get him to shut up. And now he's gonna be like, oh, is that what I sound like to other people? I don't want to talk anymore. But then he's gonna keep talking because he's Deadpool and he's known for talking a lot.
Mm, I would see that, but it's up to
But
you know.
the likelihood of it is slim, sure. But that is just a fun thought that he had that he put out there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but when it comes to Peacemaker viewership, it didn't go well. It didn't go well with the viewership. The viewership says that here, for season 2 has left fans eagerly anticipating not only the action-packed episodes, but also the show's signature post-credit scene. If you're wondering whether each episode of Pacemaker season 2 included a post-credit scene, You're in luck. Oh, okay. We've got the full scoop on every hilarious, on sometimes absurd post-credit moments, plus what to expect in the future episode. But for me, um, I need to see Peacemaker season 3. But I heard that
But you
he's
just
not
say you
gonna
want it
make.
to end.
No, the season, not him as a character.
Also, you want the show to go on.
Yes, I want the show to go on, but not not the episode, because like the episode that they gave me, it gave us, is great within
Mm.
itself. If if in one episode, I mean, James Gunn is awesome at writing and in being flabbergasted in each character, especially Vigilante, especially the big guy scared to do shit, but he does shit. And you got the other character of of making them come together. You know, she's the glue that holds them together. Without her, there wouldn't be no 11th Street Kids. Without her, I tell you that straight up. Without her, there wouldn't be no 11th Street Kids, because she keeps the glue together. Even though, despite that, she she need to figure out herself. She needs to figure out what type of relationships she needs to have in order to keep doing what she does, and who she hang around with. With Peacemaker, I would say that with the episodes that they gave us, I felt like it was great because he had a second chance. When he had a second chance, everything was great until he noticed something that wasn't okay to him, so he had to leave that world. So so with that being said,
The way they use it is, I don't get it. Or oh wait, you're not doing spoiler talk.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah. Though,
I can't even properly express what I want to express.
well,
I did
well,
talk about it on social media, but it's weird. There's a premise that goes on in fiction that I don't think it makes sense anymore to be using, because to what end? And the always go for the, I don't know if people understand racism well
mm,
and the impact that it can truly have, especially when you try to put things in its proper historical context. I don't think people understand it properly or how to use and apply or talk about it properly. So personally, the way that live action DC has handled the topic of racism, like the extreme racism or what you call it, top racism, that being the swastika, that being Nazi.
mm-hmm,
Um, for example, Crisis on Earth X, the way they handle it, I'm trying to say to myself, I'm trying to picture. There's no way that Hitler would have won in World War II and everyone is out here speaking English. That makes no sense. If you want to take the multiverse as seriously as possible, um, what would naturally conclude based on the result of what's happening? Most certainly, no one would be out here speaking English if certain racist demographic won, that being the Nazis, because they would make sure that everyone knows how to speak German, and that would be, or speak Deutsch, and that would be the primary language. Just like when the Romans took over, they decided what language they wanted to keep, and that was um Greek. So everyone had to know how to speak Greek. I can't think of a reason why in the time when you're just getting out of medieval
Ma-
English, I guess you could say, that they'd want
Yeah,
to teach
yeah,
everyone English to be the main dominant tongue. That makes no to me that makes no sense. So to have in Crisis on Earth X everyone speaking English and looking the exact way that they look in the regular world, in the regular timeline, and to do that again in Peacemaker is just isn't the point about World War II and Hitler winning isn't just that they had swastika and they hate black people. That wasn't it. You have to treat you have to treat racism within its proper context so you can understand it fully and you don't just slap this why is this universe different from my universe? Oh, Nazis. But these Nazis look exactly like me, which means they would have to be born in a non-Nazi world in order to for everything to be exactly lined up chronologically with how things are now. So for them to look exactly how they look, in this universe as well as in the Nazi universe is weird. There's no way that would be the case. So it's just a cheap shot. And I'm tired of people taking cheap shots to make up for research that they didn't do. Like, oh, everyone hates Nazis, so they'll love this. So they'll love this. They'll love to hate on the Nazis. Oh, how do you know they're Nazis? Oh, just put Nazi on the US flag.
yeah.
And that's all
Did
it
it?
takes.
For yeah,
That's
you.
surface level
I did.
racism. That's not real racism.
I didn't like I didn't like the fact that they they s- they subverted that
They're
in
awful
because
racists.
no, they subverted to that because not if you're not paying attention. I mean, you can see it, but if you're really not paying attention and you're not looking for stuff like that, like how like how his girl kind of showed his eyes like, yo, you didn't see this, bro. Like you didn't see this. Like if she didn't point those out and just kept the show flowing, and be like, yo, we need to get up out of here. Da, 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 the audience wouldn't notice that. They would have just noticed it was just
Actually,
characters.
some audience members did notice, and before we even got to the episode, we found out, hey, racist. A lot of people are set on making their fan theories as to the dark reality of that universe. So
Yeah, that's
when
only
they brought it up in
select.
the show, I'm like,
How
when they
many
brought it
likes
up in
did
the show,
that?
finally, I
How
was
many
like, oh,
likes did that get?
oh,
How many likes
cool.
did that get?
Um, I wasn't paying attention to. I was just paying
Yeah,
attention to
yeah,
the theory
yeah,
in and of itself.
yeah. You need
I was
to.
going to say, okay, what are they saying? But the fact that they said it before this show, the episode came out where they said they confirmed the exact same thing, which in and of itself is very rare because that's not something that you see typically in comic book fandom where
Hmm.
someone makes a theory and the theory is actually what happens. That's almost never happened at all. Every
That's
single
what we
time,
do.
the theory will be so cool, and then the reality is just so disappointing. Or like someone catch wind of the theory, so they try to change, or just try to change the ending or whatever they want to do
Hmm.
to subvert that.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about there. But with
Yeah,
Peacemaker, I didn't hate it. I didn't disagree. I mean, I disagree with certain
it just felt
gestures.
lazy. If
No,
the shots that
no,
they were
no,
going
no.
for,
It wasn't like it felt lazy.
to me,
It felt like it should have been. I don't know, because like certain episodes were not even 30 minutes. Was not even 45 minutes. So I can't, you know, see what they could have done if they added more minutes to it and really broken down this
I did
particular
mention one thing
episode.
that I believe that they could have done or should have done, but they didn't do that either, which was a bit of bit of a letdown. Remember the last time I was talking about how Adrian Chase, every single time he's portrayed in live action, so far he's either a lawyer, but he's Prometheus. He's not also the lawyer and vigilante. and Vigilante out of nowhere has powers. I'm talking about the Arrowverse. And then
Oh,
when you finally get Vigilante is a complete different character, is not actually Adrian Chase. And then now in Peacemaker, you have Agent Chase who's Vigilante, but even though we have those two things, he's not a lawyer, he's some boss boy, which is weird because he's supposed to be an actual lawyer like Two-Face. So in this other universe, I was kind of hoping that they would have actually done the right thing this time around for once in their goddamn life, and actually
oh,
have
add
Vigilante be
like
both
add a
the
little.
lawyer and Vigilante.
So you
Agent
want
Chase be both, but
so
they
you
didn't
wanted
do
a
that.
swan
Instead,
song. They didn't do a swan song.
no, no, no. I wanted them to be. I want for once in the. I wanted it to be like one for one,
Yeah,
comic
swan song.
accurate.
Yeah, that's how I call it, swan song.
Okay, I got you. They didn't do that, and I didn't like that. It was pretty much the exact same as the main continuity Vigilante, with the only difference that he hates Peacemaker, which we know why he hates Peacemaker. But outside of that, I did that just felt very lazy. It was cool, I suppose, but also very lazy to me. I
Yeah,
did not appreciate that.
yeah. The storytelling within itself of trying to trying to show the different commonalities of not or Nazi or whatever the case may be. But in overall, I liked the his dad. His dad had certain views and certain opinions that was showing Peacemaker while he was over there. So there was certain things that was being introduced, like conversations with Peacemaker and his father and his brother, and by him getting the second chance. That's what I've paid attention to instead of me
Mm.
paying attention to the whole the whole Nazi thing. I seen it first the first minute they showed it in the bar. I was like, yo, boo, like what's going on here, boo? Like why all these white folks
And
here?
the
Like
thing is, I have no problem with them showing that, but show it properly.
yeah,
Just like anything, that was such a serious thing. And the whole thing about Nazis wasn't that they hated black people, it was that they hated Jews.
yeah,
Okay, fine. They're not this is not Nazi Germany, this is now Nazi America.
yeah, 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 yeah,
What about these group of Nazis, neo-Nazis, I guess you could call them?
yeah.
Why do they hate black people? Why are they saying, oh, black people, oh, one got out? Why are they doing that? Contextually, what could we don't know that story. We just see like it just seems so fake.
Well,
And
James
there was
Gunn,
no, I guess, there was no genuine hatred. I don't know
yeah,
what I've asked you for at this point. It just
James Gunn should have watched the movie. I forgot the name of the movie where there was a neo Nazi. Um, his brother. I forgot the name of the movie. His brother was straight up neo Nazi and just stomped on his black kid's face and like what was it called? It was called Project X, I think. Was it called Project X? That should have been like that. I don't know if you is it called Project X?
no, I don't believe I've had the honor.
Was it called Project X? No, 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 it wasn't called Project X. Um, what's it called? It was back in the '90s. I forgot the name of the movie. Uh, got the name of the movie. Once I American History X. There we go. Yep, American History X. That's what the movie was called. That movie explained a lot of that. He should have gravitated some sort of that to show that, even though the movie was based on um the college aspect, but it explained why they hated um, African Americans and why they are the way they are. They should have they should have had like 15 minutes. If they was gonna show that in Peacemaker, they should have had a 15 minutes of introduction of that. Because in if you watch American History X, it portrays that. It shows that. It shows the reason behind that. And after that, his brother got a revelation on himself after he got out of jail to save his own brother. And I'm not gonna spoil you that. If you didn't watch American History X, you should watch it, bro. It shows the the difference when it comes to showing that. And for me, honestly, Peacemaker didn't Peacemaker season two didn't gravitate towards that for me. So that's why I don't want to see the last ending, because the last ending it's not gonna change my viewpoint of season two. It's not gonna if it has some credit some credit that's gonna show me about Spider-Man, Superman, um, Man of Tomorrow, or what is this gonna be all about. I'll, they're gonna tell me, they're gonna show me that in the news outlet of what's it gonna be and stuff like that. But I don't see Peacemaker. It's gonna be in the part of the new DCU because it didn't portray that. Maybe maybe Intergain, maybe chess piece will be there. Probably we maybe some FBI, CIA type people will be there, but Peacemaker, I don't know if he's gonna be there. Um, we'll see. We'll see on that. So
Also, shout out to the dad being nicer in the Nazi world than in
yeah,
the real world.
yeah,
That was weird.
that's what I liked about it, because he showed his
We're not
his
even sure if any of the family were Nazis in that world, because the way that they started out thinking, okay, cool, so all of them are Nazis, bet. But for the most part, we know the father for certain isn't a Nazi. Um, the brother, the older brother, he might be aggressive, but he wasn't a Nazi. Peacemaker was the world's the wildest one out of them, and that's just because he had a sex addiction problem
mm,
and drug addiction problem. That was it, and non-committal.
mm.
That was his issue. That's from what we're getting.
And
Not his problem wasn't Nazism, so to speak. Even though he definitely seemed to be pro Nazi, but there's nothing definitive to say, okay, yes, this is true,
he
if
had
that
a
makes any sense.
I guess he had a bias within his own community. I would say he had his own bias within his own community, even though even though he had to save the world, because
Mm.
it was just him and his son, his two sons, was saving the world from aliens or however,
Also,
so
take into consideration, this is the Nazi world, right?
hmm
And we know that Peacemaker wouldn't and his family wouldn't just be the only Nazi people in that world. Matter of fact, there's no reason why they should ever be called Peacemaker in a Nazi world. That don't make any sense at all. But that's what they want to go with, by all means. You notice the White Dragon didn't wasn't called the White Dragon in that world. He was the Blue Dragon.
haha
But yeah, but still, there are other superheroes or supervillains, I should say, that exist in the Nazi world as well, besides the trio. And we know this based on what we saw back in Crisis on Earth X in the Arrowverse, where we had Overgirl, we had um, evil Green Arrow, and
yeah
evil Supergirl or whatever.
yeah yeah
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we know that these other people must exist. It can't just be them.
They
And
didn't
if
want. They
they're
didn't
the
want
only
to
ones that
add that.
exist,
They didn't want
the
to add.
crime's light.
They didn't want to show Arrowverse canon to the DCU.
It's
They
not necessarily about the Arrowverse itself being canon, it's just that the Arrowverse type of characters being canon that we have seen before. Also, it kind of irked me that the group that the Nazi, well, the alternate universe piece, the what's the name again? What's
Vigilante.
Vigilante.
Yeah.
Yes, that other world version of Vigilante, he was part of some resistance or something like that. What is,
Yeah.
I forgot the name, but the name should have been the Freedom Fighters, because
Mm.
the Freedom Fighters is a name from the comics, and that's the name that we saw in the Arrowverse as well. So when, if he had said the Freedom Fighters, I would have been like, oh. But I'm guessing for legal reasons, James Gunn wanted to just dissociate himself from that as much as possible, especially after he had John Cena's Peacemaker just diss the shit out of Green Arrow for no reason, talking about
What?
how, yes, you remember, you we talked about this a while ago,
Oh yeah, yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Dang.
where John Cena diss the shit out of Stephen Amell in the show for no reason at all. So that's what's in the script about how Green Arrow go to little Barbie concerts or whatever, because Stephen Amell would go to play dates with his daughter, and Stephen
Wow.
Amell felt very upset about that. Like, yo, we carried the DC universe on our backs for over a decade, and we barely get any love. You just want to move on over us, like we don't exist, and this is how you treat us,
Yeah,
essentially.
cause
So
like the
now it
first
just felt
time.
weird that James Gunn didn't take the opportunity to say, you know what, you're right, my bad. I shouldn't have written it like that. We're gonna try to do something to as a peace offering. Here, freedom fighters. You got it. Duray, you have a dope character over there. He's gay. He's the Nazis didn't want him sucking dick. That's fine. He can suck as much dick as he wants over here. We're gonna have him put his helmet on and blow people up. Pew pew, because the Ray is one of the most powerful characters that we've seen in the Arrowverse anyways. So it would
Hmm.
have been nice if they actually brought him over, because he was a prominent part of the freedom fighters, which this version of Vigilante is some is a part.
You make me wanna watch Arrow again, bro. From season one through eight. uh, shit. But yeah, yeah, he did. He carried them. Without him, without Arrow, there wouldn't be no Supergirl. There wouldn't be no Batwoman. There wouldn't be no Flash. There wouldn't be there wouldn't be no um Tomorrow. It wouldn't be no Black Lightning. Once I seen Black Lightning, bro, I was like, Flash is coming. Flash is coming. Just just hold up, Pat. I see Flash come Fly not Flash, Static Shock. I was like, yo, Static Shock is coming because because Static Shock is in is in the same world. It was in the same world because of that. I was like, man, fuck. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? They fucking canceled Black Lightning for what reason? They from season one to season two was very wonderful, wonderful. The season three should have should have had Black Lightning introducing um the new kids on the block. because they just took out, they just they just released a whole bunch of people that was gelled up. That was gelled up. Yeah, they could have still had Tobias Wells into that because yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't. I'm from the hood, so I, I'm I'm from the hood, so I don't see. Yeah, he was. For real. Hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Can't wait. Can't wait, bro. Can't wait to see how, because he's a great character. I'm sorry. He knows how to act very well. He knows how to portray the character to the utmost respect. I tell you that straight up. With that. But like I said, with Peacemaker, they should have added American. If they wanted to portray what they wanted to portray, they should have watched American History X, bro. I swear to God, they should have watched. Mm-hmm. Facts. That's the one judgment I would have for it. But me, Pat, and you, and also Sky will. I would definitely. It made sense to me. Now you didn't lose me. Um, we'll definitely have our reviews up. Um, at the coming days of December. Um, us in the panel will definitely have our reviews up at the end of the year, and we'll see who's gonna be the top three or the top five. I might have, yeah, I think top five, top 10 will be there. I have to see between Marvel and DC that came out this year to be able to put that. I'm gonna definitely put that on the panelist chat. We'll definitely see how that went about, so everybody could know our viewpoints for each set of shows that came out this year. Um, we're eating. I would say we're eating okay. It's not like we have Popeyes. We have some tacos. Some beef and broccoli tacos. I would say. Yeah, I would say. Yeah. A mistake? Yeah. 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 Huh? Okay. What happened, OG? Just yeah. Yeah, I think he did that. He did that in the first episode. He was yeah, he came to him in that aspect, but they didn't continue it. They didn't continue it. No, 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 no. No, he was there. He was there at the end. He was there as a pigmentation of that. But it just that they didn't yeah, yeah. They didn't continue it. Yeah, you missed it. They he Yeah, they didn't continue it. They just put him in an X world to think that everything's all sweet, sweet and dandy. But then he went to jail for like 2 episodes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Vigilante was the one. Vigilante was the one that poked them and poked them and poked them. Sorry, guys. It's spoiler alert. Spoiler. Sorry about that, guys. Spoiler alert. But if you didn't watch it because you're gonna love season one, love season two up until episode 7. Episode 8, I didn't finish it. I don't think I need to finish it on my take because I believe that if I place the last episode, I'm not gonna like the rest of the season. I'm not gonna like the rest of the season if I just see that because yeah, mhm, yeah, yeah, for sure. Cause like there's something like I don't want to ruin my expectation at all. So that's why I said what I said. So I don't want to ruin that. But overall, OG, you came in late to the podcast.
No,
So
we're still here.
so
We went 6 hours
the
last
so
time. We
what
can go
we
six. We can go more.
the what we talked
That's
about in the
okay.
what we talked about in the beginning was New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con gave us Wonder Man. Wonder Man is slated for next year instead of December. It's coming out in January,
And that's actually a good thing.
and
It should
then
be pushed to. It should be pushed to the summer. Nothing about it seems engaging so far, and I don't. There's no pew pews on any trailer. I get
oh
it's the first trailer,
oh
but
yeah,
there's nothing about the trailer so far
I,
that's.
I I gotta I gotta show that. I gotta show the trailer.
Yeah, nothing about the trailer so far seems engaging. Like, oh yes, I need to watch this. Nothing
Yeah,
telling me that.
and like I said,
Oh, y'all
I
seen the
don't
trailer?
care
Y'all
about
seen the
Marvel.
trailer? Y'all
I
seen the
have.
new trailer?
Yes,
Okay. All right.
I said,
I've
So
seen the trailers plural, and nothing about it is telling me that yo, I need this in my life. If I don't have this, I don't. I'm not living. I don't get that feeling from it. at all.
I just don't care about Marvel. I've been so disappointed enough times and just it's just not what it is to me. I mean, I don't care for it.
For
See,
what
that's what
exactly?
I was saying. That's what I was saying, Nas, earlier, where Marvel brings new set of new characters to adapt to uh existing and new Marvel fans, and it's not working. And it's not
Wait, say that
working
one more time, please.
when Marvel brings new new characters to
Mm-hmm.
new and old Marvel fans. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't help them overall.
No,
Because
not necessarily. Not necessarily. That's because look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Almost no one knew who the heck they were. But
you
then, thankfully, because they had someone like James Gunn who was able to bring out, he was able to see something in this obscure group and actually make them into a household name. And people are like, yo, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy though? You saw Guardians of the Galaxy though? Before that, people didn't know who they were. And a lot of people didn't have any hope. They didn't believe in Guardians of the Galaxy. They didn't believe in James Gunn. But then they saw it and they're like, yo, you know what? I'm going to shut my mouth. I regret ever saying anything because that's actually fire, right? So it's not about say, oh, it's people not gonna like it because it's new. That's only a part of it. What it matters
people didn't
how
like
this character is
Echo.
being portrayed.
People didn't like
That's that
Echo, and
that is why
Echo
I said it's
Echo
not
was
the whole
enjoyable.
thing. That
And
is why
Echo,
I said it's not the whole thing. It
okay,
depends on who is bringing it to life and how it's being done.
man, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
That's to say what you mentioned. That's only a part of the equation. It's deeper than that. And I gave the flip side of it
yeah,
actually being a
you did.
success.
Yeah, you did. Guardian of the Galaxy was a
And
very, very success. OG, continue.
I don't feel like Marvel needs to separate from Disney. And I think that's the only way to fix Marvel.
To
Wait,
to
separate?
to separate from
Separate.
Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, from Disney. Oh yes, I hate Disney. I
Yeah.
thought you were saying DC. I was like, where are you going with
No,
this? But
sorry.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement.
Disney.
Yeah, we hate these Disney over here. Yeah, yeah,
I love with
yeah. I
Star,
speak for everybody on this panel.
but that's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah, I hate
Marvel
Disney.
needs to separate from Disney as as well as Star Wars, but that's a different conversation.
Okay. We getting Wonder Man in January. After January,
They
three
should
months
delay it.
3 months later, we're getting Daredevil Born Again. We're getting Jessica Jones back. We don't know if we're getting other characters into the fold as so-called the Defenders. So one of the first Defenders
Defenders
will be
Part Two.
one of the first Defenders will be Jessica Jones. I can't wait to see how they gonna introduce to that. Um, to add on to that, the showrunner did talk about Spider-Man, um, new movie, and how the set of the tone will be in three of these different characters that has to face Kingpin, OG. Then we also have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, season 2. They don't have a release date for it, but it's coming out. We also have X-Men 97 season 2 coming out, and what's to be the big bad is Apocalypse. And then lastly, they're still they're still in conversations of talking about Vision Quest. We don't have a specific time structure for Vision Quest, but based on what you said, Nas, about Vision itself, I hope they add on to that to that in Wonder Man, because you did say that within Ultron they took um certain things about Wonder Man, right? I don't want to misquote you.
Yeah. So instead of the Mind Stone that gives Vision his actual personality and livelihood and
Hmm.
personage in the MCU, that was actually the mind. They took literally took the mind of Wonder Man and put it into Vision, and then gave him a soul gem and made him an actual person, an actual character.
So
So
I hope.
it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be too late to do that. It's
Okay.
everything's all out of whack. If they are somehow able to successfully pull it off, bravo to them. But for now, it doesn't seem plausible. Which is why to me it's weird that they're even bringing up Wonder Man anymore, since the main thing that he's known for, that opportunity is already passed. He's mainly known for being one of the more prominent people in the Avengers, more prominent than Tony Stark. He's known for having beef with Stark Industries. He's known for getting his powers from Baron Zemo. He's known for his threesome relationship or lover's triangle with Vision, which is himself, and Wanda, and then they already moved past those things, and now he's just an actor. So it's gonna be weird. How do you? Where is he gonna fit in? You already moved on from there. It's gonna be difficult now to, what phase are we in now? Like phase 6 or something. It's gonna
Yeah,
be, and you're
6.
just not bringing in this character. It's gonna be very difficult to slide him in and just pretend like, oh, he's belonged there this whole time, and we know he ain't. We know that he's just new coming into this.
So yeah,
So it's gonna be very weird.
yeah,
If
yeah.
they can pull it off, bravo to them. But
If they
it's not gonna be
if
plausible.
they pull it off, they might be adding Vision into it. Like Vision
Mm,
will come in episode here and there of how Vision needs to
mm,
learn how to not be a bad person or learn.
something like that.
Yeah, you
Mm.
know what I'm saying. So
Hmm. So
Vision.
maybe this version of Wonder Man can be the new personality trait of the new Vision, of the White Vision. That could be cool. Or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they could
That's what I'm thinking.
use this actor as the new the new brain behind the real Vision if they ever bring him back as well. It could go
Yeah,
either way there. But
yeah.
it's just like, for example, Janet Van Dyne, she's the one who came up with the name Avengers in the comics. She is a founding member of the Avengers. She's the one who came up with the name Avengers. But in the MCU, Nick Fury got the name Avengers from what's her name? Captain Marvel's nickname.
Hmm.
And then eventually when they did introduce to us Janet Van Dyne, she's out here being a trish in the quantum realm, just giving it up to some random guy because she had needs, and giving Ghost a stabilizer to her powers, and that's just it. There's not really much going on in for Janet when they finally introduce her. So
Yeah.
that's an example of missed opportunities and stuff when they bring in a prominent character too late. So how are they gonna pull this off? You know?
Well, Wonder Man, I'm not for certain. I'm not even for certain how they're gonna pull off your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 2.
Also, I don't think Vision Quest was supposed to be a TV series
Yes,
or animated. Was it live action or animated?
live action TV series.
Boom. You see, that's where you messed up. What I'm thinking, if you want to do anything live action, keep it to the more prominent characters, the more prominent stories. Let's say if you just load on those side stories, keep that animation because we don't got time to waste like that.
But Vision Quest is also gonna adapt to um find uh, his kids might find him, or he might
Yeah,
find them. So Vision Quest is gonna adapt to those type of stories
yeah,
where
I hear you. But here's the thing: it's
I'm
not
I'm
gonna
just
be like
guessing.
we have.
I'm just guessing
Yeah,
here.
yeah. If that's what they're gonna do, keep that animation because we have too many projects that we have to be worrying about, and we want to scale back on the amount of live action stuff that we're doing. Remember, they were supposed to be doing Armor Wars and Serpent Society and all of this and that, and Invasion and Kang and so forth. We're not gonna always be able to get done the stuff that we want to do. So the stuff that we really want to do, but it's not really important per se, you keep that to animation. And so we can focus on the main storyline, like Doomsday and whatever else comes after that. Because since they want to go for big stories and whatnot going forward, then fine. Keep the big stories being on in the big screen on the big screen. But then the other stuff, like Armor Wars, if you want to do that, or Vision Quest, keep that animation. No big deal.
Yeah, that is true.
You can still have your big budget Spider-Man Brand New Day, and it doesn't have to conflict monetary wise with the Vision Quest because you're spending two different money here. You're spending animation money different from movie money, you know, or live action money, I should say.
Hmm. I got a bonus topic here. Um, Spider-Man Brand New Day. With Spider-Man Brand New Day, they talk about on IGN.com. I'm gonna bring that in the in Clubhouse so you guys can see that. Oh,
Yes.
I know he got
What's good,
injured.
Sky?
what's good, Sky?
Yes, we also get to blame Sky for what happened last week too. Yes, Sky's fault.
Huh?
uh,
Exactly.
What?
OJ, OG, what were you saying, OG?
I know Tom Holland got injured on set.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
So
We definitely gonna talk about
The,
that.
hopefully he'll be okay.
We definitely gonna talk about that. Scott,
Okay.
what happened? I'm gonna repeat it again so everybody could adhere. What's going on right now is that we have Wonder Man. Wonder Man got postponed all the way up until January. Then after Wonder Man, we also have Daredevil Born Again season 2. The new casting, one of the new casting is Jessica Jones. She will be reprising her character as Jessica Jones. We are not certain is there gonna be Luke Cage or Iron Fist coming into the play. After that, they
Yo,
also,
Joseph Finn is begging for another chance.
yep, he
The
is.
Joseph Finn, the guy who plays Danny Rand, he's begging like, "Yo, give me another fucking chance, man. I can do it. I know I
And
messed up
then
the last time, but I'll do better. I swear. I promise."
X-Men 97 season 2, and then we also have your friend in the neighborhood Spider-Man season 2, and then we also what they also was talking to us on poly uh on another. This one might be better because it has Vision Quest into it and a picture of Apocalypse for X-Men 97. So maybe that is a little bit more better because it talks about Vision Quest and it talks about key key points about the next what's coming for 2026. Um, for X-Men 97 season 2, we will be talking about that. We will have time to talk about that in a later time in a later episode. I would like to do a deep dive of Apocalypse because it's very important to see what type of apocalypse we're gonna see um for X-Men 97. And we're also gonna take key points from other X-Men films that introduced Apocalypse as well. Friday Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2. I'm not certain of what route they're going or what they're gonna do because at season 1, um, what it was more so without spoiling it, is that Spider-Man was eager to save his community. He was eager to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He loved
And his
he
origin story is a time loop.
he enjoyed eating pizza.
Don't
He
forget that his origin story was a time loop.
Yeah, it was from Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange came in, and then that's how he became Spider-Man. That was um great to see because it also introduced what's going on in the MCU right now, where the MCU is all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? From What If to Low Key season one and season two, from Ant Man 1 and 2, um, from Doctor Strange, Madness. It shows that in Spider Man season, your friendly neighborhood Spider Man season two, season one. I'm sorry, season one. Season two is gonna have a continuation of that, of now he's gonna be more frightened, more scared of who's loyal, who's not, who should he choose, who should he not choose. So that's gonna be into season two. X-Men 97 season two. We don't we just see Apocalypse. We don't know how they're gonna introduce this within a short film. So that's another thing. With Vision Quest, we already know that with Vision itself, he's gonna have one of his sons. He's gonna have one of his sons that's gonna be with him. Um, I'm not sure if he's gonna be um, in with Wonder Man because, as you heard from Nas, Wonder Man and Vision has a lot of characteristics within itself to not have Vision Quest in Wonder Man, or not talked about, or Vision not to be talked about in Wonder Man. If Vision is not shown, they should they should um, give a a synopsis of what was shown in Vision Quest, or because if they don't show it in Wonder Man, they should show something of how he was created, because they didn't really show a lot of how White Vision was created. It was just more so of Wanda wanted his body back. It didn't really
Also,
show.
have you ever seen this TV show that Anthony Mackie was a part of called Altered Carbon? Where the
No.
Yeah, Altered Carbon, where essentially you can live for as long as you want. You just upload your lifespan or upload all your memories into a sleeve, which is what they call another, like a human body,
Hmm.
but your brain or your soul is literally in a chip that you just upload the chip into this new human body. And that is
Mm,
how you are, that's how you get to live forever. You live forever, basically through other humans. So it got to a point where one person is can be alive at five different times, but they're the exact same person. They just have a different body. So that's essentially what one the relationship between, or the dynamic between Wonder Man and Vision is in the comics, where they're literally the exact same person, the exact same memories, and all that. Where it gets confusing. Hey, Wanda, are you cheating on me with me? Essentially, that whole ship of Theseus thing that they talked about in WandaVision, that conversation should have been had between Wonder Man and Vision, not between Vision and Night Vision and White Vision. Even though it makes sense, but it would make more sense if that happened between Wonder Man and Vision. It's too late for that now, so I don't know how the hell they're gonna pull that one off. But still, that would be the more appropriate place for them to actually have that type of conversation.
yeah. Hopefully with Wonder Man, first episode will show that or not show that. We don't know. Per se. I just hope for the best for Wonder Man. If it don't get no views, no likes, no none of
It's
that,
not looking good right now. I tell you that.
you know, they might be postponed. They might postpone it again, or not even talk about it. We don't know.
Also, Sky, have you ever watched Swamp Thing or no?
Nah.
Um, Pat left. Damn.
Mhm.
Um, OG, you ever seen Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing, I've heard of that.
Oh well,
Is
there's a
that
character in there called Blue Devil, which is what I was comparing earlier, or what I was comparing this version of Wonder Man to. The character is called Blue Devil. He's the actual guy. He's a failed actor slash stuntman, but he wants another. He wants another shot at the big leagues. He wants to be known again. He's a local. He's a local celebrity, but essentially because he hasn't been in anything in a while, he's kind of a loser, kind of a bum. Um, People don't really like, sure, he has a place where he sells his merchandise from movies he's acted in or been a stunt actor for, and so forth and so forth. But he, instead of being the guy who takes the hurt for the other person to make the and they look pretty, he wants to actually be the one who the camera focuses on. He wants to be in the limelight again, and he makes a deal with the devil, so to speak. But it's not really the devil, it's the phantom stranger who gives them the chance to say, hey, I'll make your wish happen, you get the part.
Yo, they're asking
But
about you.
one day I'm come and collect. You're gonna actually
Alright.
be the blue devil, huh? You don't like that. And he forgot about this. 10 years went by. The only deal was that he couldn't leave the swamp area. He had to stay there for forever until. And so when the
I've
time
been
came,
summoned.
yeah. So when the time came, he actually became the Blue Devil, and that's what it looks like they're doing for Wonder Man, where the person is an actor that is being portrayed, and then eventually where he wants to be Wonder Man, he wants to play the role of Wonder Man, he wants to be that guy. But somewhere down the line, I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming by the looks of things, he's going to become Wonder Man instead of just pretending to be Wonder Man. So it's the same. What I'm seeing is, hey, DC already did this. Get your own. Why you have to choose him? Why you have to relegate someone who went toe to toe with Tony Stark and with Stark Industries and bring it down to the level as Blue Devil? You know,
Mm.
I don't get it.
Uh,
Like another Daredevil.
Not Daredevil, Blue Devil. That's another. That's a DC character. He was in
Nah,
Swamp Thing.
nah.
Pat,
Yeah.
you seen Swamp
When y'all
Thing?
get the chance, look it up so you understand what I'm talking about.
You seen Swamp Thing, Pat?
More full. But it's the exact same so far. It looks like it's the exact same story that they're doing for Wonder Man as they did for Blue Devil in Swamp Thing. So for that, I'm not really psyched about Wonder Man coming to the big screen. Besides, the other person that they had in his trailer, besides Alpha Cat, which only some black people know, is Trevor Slattery, who was the failed bullshit Mandarin, and that's all you're giving us. MCU, really? That's what your first trailer? You giving us Trevor? Trevor, who people don't like already because he ruined us. We see it as him being the bastardized version of the Mandarin, who was supposed to be Tony Stark's main arch nemesis in comics for decades, and because of that movie, they just never did anything with him anymore. And that's what you give us for the Wonder Man trailer. Get bent.
Well, they finished
So
it
I'm
off
not really
with
not
they.
excited for it. I hope something happens down the line where I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm glad they did that. But for now, not excited. And
Pat, you
was
watched
Jesse was
Swamp Thing?
I watched it. I love Swamp Thing. I wish they brought it back. But James Gunn's gonna be doing his own thing. Now, what Jesse pointed out earlier about how there was a delay, so instead of being December, they're gonna be pushing it down to January. I wasn't even aware there was any delay. That's so much I don't care about the character based on what I'm seeing. I didn't know there was a delay. Matter of fact, I don't think that the show should be coming out in January. I think they should push it further because Wonder Man is a very powerful character, and there's no way with what they're giving us so far they can pump out something that's serviceable, by January. I don't believe, based on what I've seen so far, unless they would give us something more that hooks me. Like, you know what? I'll take the bait. But for now, I don't. I'm not a believer. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
think they're like rushing some of these like shows and movies right now.
Yes, that's what it's like. Like you saw Echo, like they were like, "Oh, Echo is gonna come out this time," and we're like, "Oh, that's so soon." When you saw it, it was hot garbage.
Not to me. It was great. I love the
Exactly,
music.
exactly. You're Glazer. I
No,
get
I'm
it.
not glazing. I'm dead serious. I liked the music. The music was awesome. I'm not glazing at
Oh,
all.
yes, because when you go watch a movie, you watch a movie for the music, not the story, not the characters,
The the
not the
the
fight scenes.
characters, the characters, the music, everything about it.
No, but what
Oh, I
stood out to you
liked
was the
it.
music.
No, nah,
What's
I
the
liked
point
it
of music
every.
that a deaf
I
person
liked
can't
it.
hear?
I liked it everything about it though. It also portrayed Echo from What If. Remember from What If where the girl,
Echo was
um,
not in What If.
yeah, the way
Echo was not in What If.
her power grab comes from the
That Poe was not in What If either.
no,
So try again.
yes it was. Remember
That
the
Poe
remember
was
the
not
blue
in What
guy?
If.
Remember the blue lady?
Yes.
Yeah, that's similar. It's similar
Similar.
power
If you
structure.
want to say similar, I don't see how, but it's definitely not the same. I can tell you that. So again, it's not the
If
same.
that if you want to say so, but that's what
No, she had
resonated.
energy blast and energy beam. She could make constructs and whatnot. The most that we saw Echo did when she got powers was she could heal things and she had super strength. That's it. And she was able to give her powers to other people in their family, which is something completely different from what we saw in What If. So try again.
Well, um, I did, and for me with Echo, I enjoyed everything about it. I don't know for
God
other
help you.
people. God is helping me. God is telling me that for other people, they may not like the storytelling of Echo because of the way it was written. You know, I disagree. Of
I bet you do.
I
I
disagree
bet you
because
do.
like it was more so of a person is you know used to do things bad, used to be part of things bad
And
until
still did things bad.
I
That never
mean
changed. Even the family got in on it. You saw dude run over them guys with the truck and crushed them out, turned them into waffle fries. Come on, man.
because those were fixed people. She didn't want to be a part of that no more. You know that.
You
You know the
notice he didn't
reason.
address what I just said?
You know but you're saying that she shouldn't have done that. But
No, I'm
that
saying that she didn't change. You're saying that, oh, she changed. No, she didn't. Matter of fact, she
no,
got her
it was
family
a
to
it
be
was
serial
more
killers
so
like her.
it was more so a
That's
revenge
that's what I'm
story.
saying.
It was more so a revenge story, bro.
A dumb one, but we move.
Yeah, that's how you feel.
That's what it was.
So you
But we
so
move.
you saying that Fist for Fist killing her dad, it was a dumb move for what she did.
She wants to take over a company that she was going to be getting anyways.
She was taking over. Nah, she was taking over a company.
That she was
To
getting anyways.
She didn't know that.
No, 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 no. This is even after he told her, yo, if that's what you want, yo, I'll give it to you. Come,
Shh,
stop this.
that's
He's
after
like,
the
nah.
fact. See, that's after the fact. She didn't want no
And
partake.
Wilson Fisk was just a big old crybaby. Like, oh, you don't love me? I'm gonna come down here to a place that has nothing to do with me, and I'm gonna kill every single person down here.
And
Why?
what happened?
And you saw it. Well, no, we have different eyes, so
Yeah, exactly.
whatever you're seeing. No, what I saw, which was Echo. You didn't watch that. You watch Echo the Fantabulous. I watched Echo. What the hell?
I mean, I still can give it a seven.
And I give it a
Even
4. See my point?
yeah. See, you gave it a four because you didn't like the way the story was. I didn't have a problem with the story.
I bet you didn't.
It's time. And
In other
last
news,
in other news, I have one more for you guys, and it's about Spider-Man. Everybody is talking to town about Spider-Man. Did he get hurt? Did he didn't get hurt? So forth. Uh, and this um on IGN, his his, his dad came in. Wait, let me fix that. There we go. And in Spider-Man Brand New Day, it talks about Tom Holland, the update of the film, that they will bring old characters back, and they also have new characters as well. You know about Zendaya, she's coming back to the fold. His friend Ned is coming back. You have Sadie Sink. She's gonna be played as. I wish I knew what she's gonna be played as. It doesn't say on Deadline. We don't know who she gonna be. Is she gonna be played as Silk? I don't know. Maybe possibly because the because
it's
supposedly
gonna be weird.
because
Until they
supposedly she's supposed to be an X-Men character.
oh Silk? No,
Yeah.
no, no.
No, the person that Sadie Sink, she's gonna be in Brand New Day. She's confirmed to be who she will be playing. Uh, However, that hasn't stopped the rumor mill, and Deadline speculates that Sink will play either X-Men character Jean Grey or another beloved redhead redheaded Spider-Man character.
Oh, I just saw it. Mm.
So she might be playing something that we don't know about.
Mm.
A love interest, maybe. I don't know. But the Punisher will be there, and also Bruce Banner is gonna be in there.
And Tombstone. Don't forget about Tombstone.
Uh, yeah,
L.
Tombstone.
Lincoln.
Yeah, Tombstone is gonna be in there. So he's gonna be
Yeah,
fight.
played by the albino dude from Black
Yeah,
Panther from Black Lightning. The
yep.
racist albino dude talking about these watermelon chicken chugging black people.
Hmm.
These big lip baboons that he always be hating on. Yeah, real shit. You see the clips on YouTube of what's his name again? Tobias Whale. That's being racist. He's worse than Vegeta.
We also got Scorpion coming into the fold. We
I
also
don't buy
got
word. I don't buy that one. But you know, they had the opportunity and they just didn't do anything with it. For how many years now?
well, Spider-Man Brand New Day is supposed to set set forth a how should I say? With the last one, they brung in Garfield and Tony Maguire, right? So there's
Hmm.
already intertwined within that itself. And Spider-Man Brand New Day is supposed to show that he has enemies. He has enemies that he didn't fight yet, but yet he's part of the Avengers, where the Avengers has other dealings within the whole multiverse within itself. So he has some level of understanding of the multiverse because he sent his enemies back in the last movie that they played. So he knows um, technology. He knows how to go in and out of different dimensions. So he has some level of a character within Spider-Man within himself. So um, I would hope that um, if not him, they would need to bring Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 3. Why I say that is because if he's the first step of bringing in Doctor Doom, oh, I can understand where Spider-Man be like, "What's up, Tony?" And then as Tony bitch slap him, he was like, "Wait, what you doing, Tony?" We don't
No,
know.
he'll see the face and be petrified. Like, Mr. Stark, it's me. Do you recognize me?
Yeah,
Something to that effect.
I I feel like they were bringing the Punisher, but then they had to nerf the Punisher
yeah,
to
they're gonna
make
nerf
it
him.
PG-13.
They're gonna nerf him. Of course, they're gonna nerf him.
He been nerfed.
With
Punisher
Spider.
Even,
been nerfed.
even more.
Y'all ain't watched the videos that I've been sending y'all back in the day about how the type of training that Punisher be doing.
Yeah, I
And
seen
that's the
it.
type of he love guns. He
Yeah,
loves guns. He loves
I
killing
seen
people
it.
for
I
the
don't know
sake of
about
killing
others.
people. It's not a matter of whether or not they're gonna be nerfing him for this. He been nerfed. Almost all the characters that they brought in been nerfed. Only character that I've seen that haven't been nerfed is the Watcher. And matter of fact, they made Watcher more powerful in the MCU than in the comics. But outside
Hmm.
of that, every single character they've ever brought up been nerfed. So bad.
So they're gonna this movie alone is gonna be uh, maybe an hour and 50 minutes because they got the Punisher, they got Daredevil, they also bringing um X-Men characters into the fold. Then at the end, they're gonna start
For
talking
Brand
about
New Day?
Doc. Yeah, uh,
Oh, why not? You said what's the runtime?
maybe an hour and 50 minutes. Maybe I don't. I'm not sure.
Man, yo, 2 hour 50, 2 hour 30 minutes. Don't play with me.
Well,
For
let's.
all those things that you're mentioning, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Let's do it.
I hope so. I would hope so. Two
You
hours and
can't
forty
be
five minutes. I would hope
you
so.
can't be bringing in all these different type of characters and teasing these different things to showcase for later on and don't give them enough time to breathe.
Yeah,
1.5 hours for all the stuff that you just mentioned is not enough. That's
I
not enough time.
yeah. I'm just going by the industry because the industry has a neutral runtime. I don't know why they set themselves with these type of runtime minutes. The last movie was set for like 3 hours and stuff like that. Was Harry Potter, was um other movies I can't remember.
Oh,
The
how
Lord of
long
the
was No Way
Rings,
Home?
Lord of the Rings was 3 hours and some change. So they don't they don't have the 3 hour mark anymore. Is
Yeah, back then those films were being made for nerds. The movies that they make now, they make it for fandom, for the sake of fandom, not for nerds, but specifically. Nerds just so happen to be a part of the demographic of the fandom.
They made the Justice League Zack Snyder version 3 hours.
yeah, but it's not in the movie. They put it on Netflix or some T or
Yeah,
some
on Max.
T. Oh yeah, they put it there because people is gonna be able to just stream it and just watch it and enjoy it, but they won't put it on a film for 3 hours. Nobody, they're not gonna want people to sit there for 3 hours. I don't know why they just stopped that. They just the industry just stuck to
Something
two
about
hours,
people's attention spans or whatever. Mm.
I guess. Um, but I just hope for the best for Brand New Day. Brand New Day is is the pinnacle point for Doctor Doom. They showcase it in Fantastic Four. Hopefully, they showcase it in Spider Man Brand New Day. If they don't, they need to bring Doctor Strange because it's a critical point for Doctor Doom's story because without having Doctor Strange before the film Doctor Doom is crazy in itself, Nas and Sky and OG, because it doesn't make sense to bring Doctor Strange new film at the end of Doctor Doom. And I heard with Doctor
Something they would
Doom,
do.
huh?
That's something they would do.
Yeah, because
They definitely do that.
like it does because it in or because I heard as well with Doctor
Wait, why
Doom.
doesn't it make sense?
Why does it make
Why doesn't it
sense
make sense?
for Doctor Strange to be at the end to for his film to be the third act of Doctor Doom film? So you're saying the
No,
storyline should be
you're
Spider
telling me
Man,
this.
Doctor
No, I
Doom,
don't
and
know. You're
Doctor
explaining it to
Strange.
me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Spider Man doesn't, because you've seen all these characters I named, right? If Doctor Doom is Spider Man is supposed to bring what Doctor Doom is supposed to be about because of the look-alike of Tony Stark. Okay, that's understandable. But if it's because they run out of time or they can't add that into the story of that, Doctor Strange should be before Doctor Doom because it gives it more time of the nuance of that. Because with Doctor Strange, it can have more character development of Doctor Doom. With, with not only that, Spider Man can come in too. It's not like Spider Man can't come in because with or they bringing Doctor Strange last because he's in a different dimension because he had to fix what he did was wrong. That's the only
So
thing I
it
could
doesn't
say.
necessarily have to go the way that
They
you're
just want to set
suggesting.
something up.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to go that way because although Strange and Doom are magic users, they don't necessarily play in the same pool. They don't play in the same game necessarily. They have different objectives and agendas, and Strange isn't the only one that has anything that deals in multiversal anything. We have
They're trying to figure him out
we
when he
have the
gets
Fantastic Four who are coming to the MCU now, who also deal in multiversal stuff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that we get introduced to Doom through Strange. It can go that way, but it doesn't necessarily have to.
Understandable. I'm just looking at the runtime. If the runtime is not 2 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes, then there's some
Mm.
certain characters gonna be cut.
Besides, Strange was on the Illuminati in the comics, not Doom. Doom was never made it. He didn't care to be on the Illuminati. He was too above them. So again, they don't play in the same league, like at all.
Understandable. I'm just trying to see um if they don't bring that up in Spider-Man, because I'm gonna be looking for that, and I'm gonna be like, yo, they didn't do what I expected, but it's okay because of the characters that 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 Spider-Man wanted to have, because he has to face Kingpin within itself, and he's gonna need help to fight against Kingpin. So with him not with the writers not bringing Doctor Doom at the end, I can understand. If they even bring him at the end as a post credit scene for at the end of 20 minutes, and Spider-Man is trying to fight against him, against Doctor Doom and shit like that. That's a great closer, I would say. That's a great closer for them to do, for us to be introduced to Doctor Doom's new film, because it's right after Spider-Man, isn't it? Excuse me. Marvel Doctor Doom release date. Release date supposedly be December 18th. That's the supposed release date for Avengers Doomsday. Now,
Of next year.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
it's gonna be in December, and then you have Spider-Man Brand New Day. I believe Spider-Man Brand New Day. I believe that's in the summer. I believe that's in the
Of next
summer.
year as well, or the year
Yeah,
after?
next year. Yeah, that's in July. That's in
Like
July
of this
31st. Next
of
year.
2020 2026.
Yeah, 2026.
Damn. Okay.
So we have Spider-Man Brand New Day. Then after that is Spider-Man. That's right after that. So and then and then I believe that would be it for. I don't think there's anything else as far as with Marvel on the 2026, because they're only bringing out two films. I'm not sure if they have anything else as far as I know. Let me double check. Let me double check that. Yeah, there is nothing being shown. Um, July. Yeah, there's nothing until July. That's what I see here
Oh,
for
also,
Phase Six.
Sky, you start watching Daredevil yet?
Uh, yeah,
Um, Time to get better.
Dude, what season one, man? You see what you'll see the hype. I want you to understand the hype. I want you to feel it. I want it to be a part of us.
Never.
It's like One Piece. You gotta see they actually watch it. No, I'm talking about
what?
how crazy people go for the point is how crazy people go for One Piece and how crazy people go for Daredevil.
No,
This think
facts.
about Think about it. The show Daredevil was so good that the MCU thought they needed it to prop up what viewership for Echo, viewership for She-Hulk, and now they want to give a show and they want to bring into the MCU. That was the whole
Shit.
thing. That's why it's even in the MCU because people saw, well, the people saw, yo, this thing is so good. Why is this thing not a part of the MCU? And the peer pressure that the pressure that they're getting
She
from the
getting
public,
ready.
yo, we want this, we need this, and that is why we had such a horrible season of
Most
Daredevil Born
definitely.
Again.
they did bring in briefly in Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man.
We're talking Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was brought in, not Daredevil, but they briefly brought in Master Murdock
Mm.
as the Royal, but it was
In which
very
one?
briefly.
Yeah, but the point is, Daredevil, the show Daredevil, and Charlie Cox's portrayal of Daredevil was so good, was so great that the MCU the fans were like, "Yo, we need this to be a part of the MCU. We need to get this man back in here. What are you doing? Stop playing around with me. I run your fade. Let's get it. Let's put him in there." And now here we are. Like literally, if you look at the viewership or the runtime for She-Hulk, the episodes that had Daredevil in it had the most runtime, or the most airtime out of the whole show. If you're to look up the statistics for it, and the writers for She-Hulk knew this, so much so that even if it made no sense, they're like, "Yo, can we get Daredevil back up in here in the end credit?"
on that, on
So
that.
the point is, Sky, yo, you're missing out on something here.
Yeah, you
Please,
missing
I'm
out,
begging you.
Sky. You missing
That's
out,
all
Sky.
I'm trying to say.
You missing out, Sky. If any other
I
show
believe.
I would recommend is Daredevil. I would recommend Daredevil. The story is awesome in itself.
It's literally the best out
The
of all of the
Punisher,
Netflix shows.
the Punisher, it's nigga. The Punisher itself, great commentary with the Punisher between him. Oh my god, yeah.
Season two of Daredevil has the best version of the live action Punisher of John Bernthal's Punisher than the Punisher's actual show. Like he felt more like the Punisher in season two of Daredevil than in his actual show, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. I sent you a link in the chat to a scene I'm talking about. It was a very brief, almost like a cameo, a Daredevil and Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
Oh yes, that's right. And
Yeah,
I
I
okay.
remember that.
know for certain that Sky watched No Way Home, right? Sky, you watched No Way Home. I know that.
Yeah, you didn't watch
Way
No Way
Home.
Home?
Nah,
Wait, what?
He didn't watch No Way. What? He didn't watch. Yo, nigga, don't play with
I
me.
seen Spider Man.
No Way Home though, the one where Matt Murdock was there and he caught the brick and it was like, I'm a really good lawyer.
Yeah, that's around the time when they brought the
Stop that alone. I've seen that you're not hyped to go watch
no, I seen
Daredevil.
him on She-Hulk. Who am I hyped
That,
for?
You seen the funny moments of Daredevil.
exactly. You
You
don't see the
didn't
dark
see,
when it gets dark and
yeah.
gritty.
You ain't see, yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're not seeing when he's going to the church. He's like, forgive me, Father, not for what I did, but for what I'm gonna do to these niggas, cause they don't know. They
yeah,
don't know the demons that I fight.
yeah,
Yo,
bro.
What you mean, bro?
You gotta watch. See,
yes.
yo, watch
Also, I'm
season,
trying to tell
wa-
you, you're
watch
missing
season
out.
one. If you don't like
That's what I'm
season,
telling you. You don't. You're missing out.
if you don't like season one, the next time I see you,
Yo,
I give you
chill.
some chicken.
Yo,
Yo,
chill.
that's
I'm
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm gonna hold you to that one.
Yeah, bro. If you
On
don't want,
on
if
KFC.
yeah, I'll give. Yeah, you already know.
Yo, chill.
Like I said, you're missing out. Like I said, if you don't understand it until you see it for yourself. We
Yeah.
can talk about it till we blow in the face. If you don't watch it, you won't understand it.
But since there's nothing else that's coming up, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch zombies
Oh
within.
yeah, I didn't get the last episode of Zombies, but
Was it
I've been
good?
watching it so far.
Was it
It's
okay?
interesting.
Okay. I don't, cause like I'm not fond of watching or playing any type of video games that has zombie s into it. I'm not fond of that. Um, so that's why I'm like
So
kind of skeptical of trying to watch it because I'm not I don't enjoy that within itself.
okay, so
See?
remember what I mentioned the last time when it
Why?
comes on to Marvel Zombies. Essentially, the storyline of Marvel Zombies is based around the idea that these characters, the character that we know and love to follow around, they are the zombies. Not we don't have heroes who are still alive and are trying to fight the zombie virus. They are the zombie virus themselves.
One of the
That
biggest what ifs.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I know
now,
that per
they
se,
turned it into some generic thing where, we're good guys. We need to stop ourselves from becoming zombies. No, it's now how we are zombies. How do we try to maintain our
How do we
intelligence?
eat?
Yes, while being zombies,
Confused.
because they are still smart. They see the same way that you had
They forgot everything.
what the same way that you had Wanda talking as a zombie. Other people, they can talk as zombies as well. She's not the only one who can talk. Everyone who is a zombie in the in the Marvel Zombies original comic storyline, they can talk, and they went up against Galactus, they went up against Silver
what happened to your
Surfer,
face?
and the more people they eat, the more they get those people's
How?
powers as well, and their intelligence, and so forth and so forth. It's crazy in the comics. So the version that you're getting in the show
Bone
is
by
pretty
air.
much bullshit. And I even went up my way. I
What
sent you
shit
guys some
like that?
videos as well to so you can
You
see
guys
that
did.
for yourselves if you guys are so inclined to go check some of those out. But yeah, they it's weird the way
Oh,
that they're doing it for the show,
your
but that's what they
glasses.
want to do. It is what it
A
is.
zombie Hulk
Yeah,
eating up
probably
everything
probably
is that's priceless.
probably the medication is too much for your eyes.
Yeah. I will say though,
Probably.
the version of the
I don't
Hulk
know.
that we have
It's your
in
eyes.
Marvel
It's not your
Zombies, the
face. It's
show,
your eyes.
is different from
Do you
the
sleep with
version
your
from the
glasses?
comics, but in an interesting way.
You don't sleep with your glasses?
I'll be able to say I'll be able to say
It,
that it's
it,
different, but in an interesting way.
it was cool what he had with him. I don't know. Should I say what he had with him or no?
For which one?
For Marvel Zombie?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Go ahead, man. You have a
Just
way. We want to hear it.
spoiler. It was neat how he has a Infinity Stone. I
Yes, that's
thought
what
that
makes it
was
interesting.
interesting.
That is exactly what makes it interesting, OG. Because typically, what he had to worry about was, hey, when I eat the zombie, when I eat and I feed a zombie Hulk, and then I turn back zombie, but I don't digest the person that I just ate. So they're bursting out of my belly. How can I stop this from happening? And he's there literally as Bruce Banner, smart Bruce Banner, but as as a
If
zombie,
it's the
trying to
power
reason out
cosmic, like
this.
that's fire, man.
Yeah, man. The comics, the
What
original
about?
comics, is way more interesting, way more cooler because the fact they show not the showrunners, the creators, they realize, hey, there's nothing so interesting anymore about trying to fight off a zombie virus because we've seen that done so many times. But now they want to do something different. What if, eh? What if instead of just having heroes fighting against the zombie virus, our
You could
main
talk,
characters
you
that we
know,
know and
take the
love,
mic so
we
nobody can
see
talk.
them essentially grappling with morality as to whether or not they should even be eating
Hmm?
or feeding to survive.
I don't want to.
And we see them trying to justify with bullshit reasoning why they need to eat humans, why they need to eat and feed. And essentially, they took over the whole universe and they invented something after they ate Galactus and got his knowledge and his powers. They created they created a device that they were able to use to go to other planets, go not planets, other universes, and feed there since they ran out of food in their universe.
I,
That's what happened in the comics. But in the show, they're not doing that. They're not doing that
Yes,
in the show at all.
yes. With that being said, I am going to add that I'm gonna add all the shows that came out this year, especially Marvel Zombies. I'm gonna add that to the review. Um, I'm gonna have a poll out on our panel list, and also in the community chat in our community chat. I'm gonna post it on YouTube community page to see where everybody thinks of Marvel overall this year, and also we will be talking about um, Marvel overall as Disney overall. How did they um, do overall speaking, and from there, are they going to be even better the years to come? So we're gonna do a whole roundtable of review of that. I would say in the middle of December. We still got time for that. November is here. I don't think there's gonna be anything out for DC and Marvel, so that gives me a chance to go over back um Doom Patrol. I want to see Doom Patrol, even though um
Okay.
I want to go back to that and see what's going on with Doom Patrol because I haven't seen it at all. So I want to definitely,
What?
yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. So
Man, you're
that gives me,
playing.
that gives me a chance. That gives me a chance to see it. So with Doom
When
Patrol,
you're watching the last season of Doom Patrol, this is one thing that I want you to keep in mind. They canceled the show, so they had to wrap it up as quickly as possible because they
I
ran out
know
of time
that.
to tell their story.
I know that per se.
So when they see the ending of it, the last 3, 4 episodes of the season,
Hmm.
you'll understand why they did it the way that they it ended the way that it did.
Okay. I will be watching that, and then that's like a little side.
Watch Sandman as well, and Swamp
Sandman,
Thing,
San,
and
to
Swamp Thing.
me, Sandman. I did a little review on Sandman, and I see what Sandman is about.
For season 2,
No,
you probably saw
see,
season 1.
no, Sandman overall. He's just a character that puts people to sleep, and
No, he's so much more than that.
he could be probably is, but I
No,
don't.
okay. Essentially, in terms of the hierarchy of DC Comics, in the comics they're like third place. The whole the whole endless, the all seven siblings.
I'll.
That's Dream, Desire, Destiny, Destruction, Despair, and all of them.
Mhm.
They are every single god that exists, every mythology, every story, it's birthed in the dreaming. So Sandman is literally responsible for every story that you have never seen, every story that you will see, every story that doesn't exist, every story that will exist, every story that exists. Every single story, all the gods, all the powers and whatnot, they come from the dreaming. That's
So
how
so
powerful him
essentially,
he is.
so essentially, you're saying Sandman is like the Book of Enoch from Ethiopia's Bible in a way.
That would be the book of destiny.
Okay. The Book of okay.
So
That
that's
makes
a whole
sense.
different thing, but they're
Yeah,
all
I know.
that's how
'Cause I know my
important
shit.
he
So
is.
that's why. That's
That's how
why.
important he is to the that's how important he is to the DC continuity as a whole. But
If
people don't
it's
really know
like
about him like
if
that.
it's like that, then I'll definitely watch Sandman because it depicts um part of the 80 books of the Bible. That's besides.
No,
Joker.
I mean,
no. What
I
are you
enjoy, I
saying? You
enjoyed
no,
your
lied.
example.
the because like
I
there's,
enjoyed your example.
huh?
For that.
What are you saying?
So I enjoyed your example.
I bet you did.
The
Must be
the
on the same thing.
the book of destiny. I'm sorry. I don't. I thought was part of other scriptures and stuff like that.
No, no,
So
no.
my
Nothing
bad.
about. No, it's not scriptures. Not
If I'm
scriptures.
not mistaken,
Nothing.
that's the book. That's the Book of the Dead, also, though, right?
No, no. Something complete. You guys are talking about something completely different. I don't know what you guys are on.
See, yeah,
Um, but
nah,
repent
cause
and believe
like
the good news.
yeah,
The book
cause
of
like
destiny is this. This what
cause
the
like
book of
there's other
destiny is.
books. There's other books that is in circle.
E-
So
Yeah, but that's not what it's about. The book of
okay,
destiny is this what this is about. Every single thing that a person will do, or will ever do, or think about doing is there in the book of destiny. So if you want to know how someone's story is going to end, you go to the book of destiny. If you want to know someone's story overall, or their powers and whatnot, or what these people are about, you go to dream, and he can tell you, he can show you. And the only way you can see him is when you're sleeping. Because every time when you go to bed, you go to his dimension, you go to his realm. And if he's not necessarily just the god of dream, he is dream itself. So every single time when you go to sleep, you see him, you enter into him. And he can give you nightmares, have
So,
make you have
so
a
is that
sweet
like
dream.
the same thing like how Loki is?
Yes, kind of, but worse.
hmm.
Loki in DC Comics knows not to play with him at all. He makes Loki his bitch, essentially.
So I will be doing that, and
The
also
only person that he's afraid of would be the three sisters, the Fates, and Lucifer. And
okay.
the only reason why he was even afraid of Lucifer is because something happened and he wasn't at his full strength.
So on that note, I will be posting on our community page of how many shows was for DC and how many shows were for Marvel this year, and we'll be voting. All of us will be voting, and all of us will be telling our reasons why y'all believe this is the top of y'all review, because I will be giving mine, and then we'll contrast at the end of the year like we always do for these sets of episodes and films that we've seen this year. Um, Again, hit the like button, guys. Also, hit the like button so you can get more of the panel's ideas, comments, and what we love about DC and Marvel. The next time we'll be here is 2 weeks from now. We will be talking more about what's going on in DC and Marvel as well. Then we're gonna finish it off in November of any more, if there's any more new updates, if there's anything that's going on in Marvel and DC, we'll definitely talk about that. Um, any last words to say, Nas?
Um, yes, Acts 2:38, one of my favorite verses. Then Peter said to them, "Repent and let every one of you be baptized in the name of Jesus for the remission of sins, and you shall receive the gift of the Holy Spirit." Just want to share that with you, with the people listening.
Any last words, Pat?
Man.
You said men?
No, I said amen.
Oh, oh,
Amen.
I,
Hey.
I guess that's his last word. Any last words, Scott?
So,
Oh yeah. Also, again, you peoples, if you guys want to have like a smooth running podcast, come when you guys are supposed to show up, man. You get you turned you made me unleash my true self last week because you guys weren't around.
uh,
You brought out the real Nas.
I'm Batman, bro. You know what I mean, sometimes I'm in Gotham City, man.
yes, yes. And
It's
then
okay.
OG, any last words?
Thank you for having me.
And there it is. Guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for having this commentary with me of what's going on in Marvel and DC, like I love so much. It's very enjoying and it's very uh, great to have. This is one of our, I would say, uh, 80, 80th episode as well.
Mm.
So I will be posting this by tomorrow. It didn't go through. I don't know what's going on. I have to call my uh, cable provider and see what the fuck is going on with my shit, so I can so next time this shit can run smoothly. Um, until next time, Collide out.